Forgotten footfalls engraved in ash. Fire will be repaid before our echoes begin to fade away. Hello, everybody. Hope we're all having a wonderful evening so far. Let me transition this real quick. Hey, there we go. Salutations. I don't even know if anybody's watching right now or not, but it doesn't matter. Welcome all. Sorry about the slow build-up. I needed to go and get myself just a little something. Oh yeah, to drink. So, I'm not going to be on too long tonight because of reasons, but I did want to pick up 14 again this week. I'd mentioned to a couple people that I was going to try to be on and streaming tonight. So, because I am a man of my word, I figured I would go ahead and pick up the game and at least start the next part of the quest chain. So, recall from last time. Last time we were helping out Kryl and everybody here in Charlian in order to figure out what's going on, that they are not wanting to help us and are actually very adamantly against us. And we got a little bit of an idea before the Inquisition came and took us away, because, you know, nobody expects the Charlian Inquisition. After that, we got set to go to the first dungeon. I don't know if I've run it yet or not. Yes, I have. It was where we saved the people in wherever we were. I'm potatoing a little bit right now. In Thavnir, and we went to Raditsan and got help there. So yeah. Next part of the quest chain. Tower of Zod. Thank you. Oh, there you are, feeling refreshed, I hope. Well, I'm a little tired personally, but you know, we'll play for a bit tonight. So thank you, Kayatake, for the information. I am only going to be on for about roughly an hour to an hour and a half. I'm hoping as well that all the crashes I've been having with other games doesn't happen here. So we'll see. If it does crash, that'll kind of be it for the stream. But for now, we're going to keep going. Yeah, sure, whatever, Carl. I was about to make my way to the studium, as it happens. I want to try to speak with Scholar Montaigne and thank him for coming to our rescue in the Rostra. As it turns out, he'd come here to see us following the healing, only to find that we'd already departed for Thavnir. Knowing him, he was probably hoping to chew the cud with his former students. Since we're still waiting for Y'shtola and the others, I thought now's the perfect time to pay him a visit. Care to join me? Sure. Then it's settled. The twins will be coming too, assuming Alphino can tear himself away from his new toys. I'd let you rally the troops while I go ahead to the Phenom. Considering my recent impropriety, perhaps I should avoid showing my face around the studium for a time. That might be for the best. If the others should return, tell them we will not be long. Aw, poor Graha. It's okay, bud. We still love you. Those cushy cheeks. Anyway, unlike some of the other Scions, I am not an alumni of the studium. As such, I have no acquaintances there I'm obliged to go visit. And while I would love for nothing more than to pore over the many great tomes of the phenomenon, I fear my presence would stir up more unwanted trouble. So, for now, I will be patient, much as it pains me to do so. It's okay! It's okay! It's okay! Hold on. It's okay, buddy! I love Graha. Graha is fantastic. Easily one of the best characters in the game. Hey, there they are. Oh, wow, he's really been practicing. If Father can master these fiendish contraptions, then so can I. Huh? Heading out for a stroll? We're actually heading over to talk to a friend. The scholar himself came here? In that case, what are we waiting for? I too am eager to see him, though I somewhat dread the thought of visiting the studium. I dare say our notoriety precedes us. Alphino, of all people, worrying over his reputation. And at our alma mater, no less. Will wonders never cease. You'll understand soon enough. Off we go! Tally-ho! Friends and all that. By the way, how are you doing this evening, Kayotake? I hope it's been a nice weekend so far. Gotta say, I'm not the biggest person that would sit and do... Oh! Playing some of the Old Republic. I'm surprised. I was one of the big believers that the Old Republic would be good, and I'm sure it is good. It's just that, I don't know, for me, when I played that game, and I like really tried to sit down and play it, my biggest issue with it is that whenever you hit a button to do something, it felt like there was like a solid second to second and a half delay before the ability actually went off. It almost felt like you would hit your button, and when your abilities came off of cooldown, it would perform the last ability you inputted. That was the thing that held me back from the game more. Other than a couple other little niggles and nitpicks, but either way. Feels like only yesterday I first walked through these doors. Getting old, Alphino. So am I. See that sculpted picture above the entrance? That's the mark of Thaliak, the scholar, bearer of the waters of knowledge. It's no exaggeration to say that the Sharlayan itself is one enormous shrine to him, and that's especially noticeable here in the studio. Ah, the picture. All right. Spicy jazz music. Here it is. Phenomenon. While I expect you made note of it before, one can hardly miss. It's the first time you've been here on official business, is that correct? Yep. While most of the space is taken up by the expansive auditoriums, it can also house a number of numerous laboratories, testing grounds for experimental magics, and a host of administrative offices and so forth. At the center of what would later become the studium, it was established to promote the study of ethereological phenomena, hence the name. Though with ether being a fundamental aspect of nature, its scope expanded to include every conceivable facet of life and even the universe itself. And then, in the 432nd year of the 6th Astral Era, Phenomenon was decreed complete and the studium officially opened as a place of learning. With a long and storied history, it is without question the world's leading authority in theology, the arcane, the occult, astromancy, and countless other fields, standing proud as Sharlayan's foremost educational institute. Ha! They took away the best part from him. That's great. You always did enjoy giving the grand tour to new students. Indeed, I've long since lost track of how many times he has recited that same foppish speech. Damn, Alice, eh? Just rip him a new one, why don't you? Such is his undying love for this old stomping ground. He was on top form back then, youngest center of the studium, graduated with the highest honors in magical arts and ethereology, undisputed champion of the debating chamber. Hold on. You both joined the studium at the same age, yes? And from where I stand, you're equally prodigious scholars. Nice for you to say, but Alphino entered half a year before me, nor did I do well enough to graduate with honors. And I am certainly not the studium's most notorious master. She did not just say that line! She did not just say that! Oh my god, Alice! Alice! Oh no! Why? This has two bad implications. Number one, it means that Alice is not a great master debater. But, Alphino apparently is. In all aspects I have ever been in a shadow, if nothing else, just remember this is where the legend of Alphino Levieux began. We should expect everyone to fully be aware of our recent escapades. Hopefully, we'll be somewhat more welcome here than we were at the last stand. I know better than anyone the adoration of the student body for Alphino, and with a bit of luck, it might work in our advantage. Well, there's no time like the present. You know, I will say, I was going to say this before and I didn't, but if I ever did get a sponsorship on my channel for whatever reason, obviously because I'm such a huge content creator on Twitch and YouTube, but if I ever was, I would want to make sure that I want to get sponsored by something that I can give practical, realistic feedback on and, like, want to actually promote. LaCroix makes some pretty dang good sparkling water. Not gonna lie. I've got the Raz Cranberry right here, and this thing is amazing. It's very tart, but it's very tasty. That's my great alternative to soda. Anyway, first things first, let's look for Scholarly Montaigne, or Scholark Montaigne. Other faculty tend to frequent their offices, but unfortunately for us, he's fond of wandering wheresoever his whims take him. Let's split up and ask the students if they've seen him. Okie doke. Alright. How's it looking? Well, I don't want to jinx myself, but by the looks of things, as of right now, thus far at least, we haven't dropped any frames, which is always a positive thing. Excitable student. That was Alfio Levino, wasn't it? The Alfio Levio? And he's with his sister and Master of Blade Scion's granddaughter. This can only mean one thing. An event of epoch-shattering proportions is fast approaching. Spread the word! Oh, sorry, said you're looking for the scholar, I guess. Well, knowing him, he could be anywhere, but Miss Aliapo should have a better idea. Bertswinda, interesting. Yethub Tia. Ki Alipo. Are you lost? Wander in off the street, perhaps? Oh wait, don't tell me. You're a trainee gleaner fresh off the gun ship. Or guild ship. I'm right, aren't I? Oh, how silly of me. An orientation is in order. Allow me to bid you a warm welcome to the Searcher's Meet. Let me start with a question. What's the most important thing you'll find in the studio? That's right, books. And what's the second most important thing? Why, that's simple. Everything else. That's what we deal with here apparently I cannot English. That's what we deal in here at Searcher's Meet. Whenever the students or tutors find themselves in need of equipment or materials, they come to us. If we don't have it in the stores, we send the gleaners off to find it. Honestly, you wouldn't believe some of the requests we get. Eyes of Paisa, this, tongue of giant toad, that. It's enough to make your hair stand on end, which is possibly what some of our students are trying to accomplish, this being a school of magic and all. As our newest gleaner, you'll have your work cut out for you. I've been conscripted to be a gleaner. Oh no! But I think you'll find it quite rewarding. Damn, that first response! Oh, that's a spicy response. Oh, I'm sorry, you can't actually see all of it. Give me one moment. There we go. So I've got these two responses. I feel like there's only one appropriate response here. The only thing I'm gleaning for is his whereabouts. I beg your pudding? You're not a gleaner? Then this was all a elaborate ruse. No, wait, come to think of it, you never actually claimed to be one in the first place. My mistake. Aww. He was here, but now he wasn't. I did speak to him shortly before he arrived, though. He said he was on his way to Maker's Meet. Go back the way you came in, and you'll see it on the opposite side entrance. It's a laboratory of sorts, home to many rare and expensive curios, not to mention alarmingly frequent accidents. If you lose your way, just follow the blood-curdling screams. What the frick? Ha! In the meantime, in the time it's taken me to tell you all that, the scholar has probably already left. Best luck finding him. I've a feeling you'll need it. Well, thanks for that, but that's mildly, mildly terrifying. Oh my goodness. My sincerest apologies. Like I said, I'm only going to be playing for about an hour, mostly because of the time and also just... It's been a long weekend. Anyway, level-headed student. Yes, the Scholark was here a short while ago. He offered me advice on my current research project. Though we spoke at length, I do not recall mentioning where he was planning to go next. When we parted ways, he went down the corridor, perhaps to one of the auditoriums? Oh, joy. It's like losing a geriatric in the library. Gotta hunt and hope to God you can find him. I'm gonna guess that he's in here somewhere. There we go. Sodamont de Shane. Oh. Something about you is still not very trustworthy. I don't know why.
I pray we have not caught you at an inopportune moment. We wanted to offer our thanks for your kind words in the forum.
Well, I could hardly let that inquisition go unchallenged. I've always believed that curiosity should be nurtured, not stifled. Thankfully, a majority of my colleagues agreed. A slender majority, aye, but a majority nonetheless.
Had the vote not gone our way, we would be having a very different conversation, if any at all. Though I'd like to think you would have not given up on our cause. I'm told you paid a visit to the annex afterwards.
You literally say that with every new character ever. You have trust issues. Well, okay, the kid that turned out to be the Eye of the Dragon was proof that something happened. And then, I don't know, I've seen enough of this game to know that there are characters that seem super nice and trustworthy and forthcoming, and they're like, oh, well, you know, I'm a long-standing old friend. I've got nothing suspicious going on at all. And then either they're murdered and replaced, or it turns out I've been advancing my own goals all the time, He-Man. Like, this game has made me have trust issues.
Yes, that's right. I was hoping to speak with the grandchildren of my dearly departed friends Galuf and Louisoix in a less dour setting. But it seems I just missed you. I still can't believe how much you've grown. If only your grandsires could have seen the way you presented yourselves to the forum. Why, it fair brought a tear to my own eye.
Aww.
You must have the patience of a saint, putting up with this lot and their antics. Never mind Matoya's prize student. Luckily, I know a thing or two about managing unruly younglings. If you ever need advice, don't hesitate to ask.
Yes, when my Warrior of Light and Grahatia have kids, I'll come to him for parenting advice. Seems like such a good idea. Dang! Even they get the burn.
If I may, there is a rather more pressing matter we wish to discuss. What can you tell us of this duty that the Forum must fulfill?
Nothing, I'm afraid. Like all humble servants of the Forum, I am sworn to secrecy.
Well, at least he's got principles. That's good.
Or rather, I couldn't tell you if I tried. Our duty is of the gravest importance. Furthermore, if the particulars were made public, it would incite widespread panic. As such, those entrusted with this duty have been bound by an enchantment, which prevents us from speaking of such matters without the express permission of the Forum.
Dang, they have a straight-up magical gag order? That's messed up.
How is that even possible?
That's crazy.
It's been some time since I last gave a lecture. Please, take a seat.
Oh, he's gonna give us a schooling. Might as well. I mean, we're here, so he's might as well explain it to us. Oh, sorry about that. Oh, that's cool.
We shall begin by reviewing the fundamentals of etherology.
I heard take notes from chat. I will take notes from chat. Fundamentals of etherology.
Ether, which imbues us with life, can be categorized into three forms. Two are of the incorporeal sort, the soul and the memory. Can anyone tell me the third?
Emotion? I'm just gonna guess magic.
Not entirely inaccurate, but nor is it the answer I was looking for. That would be corporeal ether.
Oh, for God's sake. You said incorporeal, and the most obvious answer is corporeal. I wouldn't have guessed corporeal.
This is the form with which the layman is most familiar.
Yeah, magic.
Consumed by even the simplest of daily activities, and replenished by the food and drink that sustain us, this form of ether is in constant flux. In contrast, the ether that comprises the soul is rarely subject to dramatic change. The same can be said for memory, as the two are intrinsically linked.
Okay, soul and memory are linked.
Picture the soul as paper, and memories as words written upon it.
Welcome to the... something. Okay. The soul is paper, and words are written upon it, which is memories.
Now, what would happen if that paper was doused with ink? The same type of ether as comprises the memories.
Well, if you douse it with ink, the whole thing blacks out, because you can't see any of it. Just blacks it out, yeah.
It would blot out everything that was written.
Precisely. We would be unable to recall the memories, and any activities that depend upon them would be hindered as well. In fact, this exact phenomenon was observed on a vast scale not so long ago. And what might that have been?
The seventh umbral calamity. The people of Eorzea vividly recall Bahamut breaking free of the Lesser Moon and raining hellfire down upon the realm. But no one could seem to remember the events that followed immediately afterwards.
Indeed. To this day, we have yet to determine whether it was an unintended consequence or a deliberate act. The enchantment which binds me and the rest of the Forum is based on a similar principle. And yes, it is a contravention of the Sharlayan prohibition against the practice of memory manipulation. Only when a new member is inducted and told of our great duty are they subjected to the process. A necessary evil. You have my word that it would never be used to manipulate the populace?
I should hope not. But can this enchantment be dispelled and your memories restored?
Interesting.
If 9/10 of our members give their approval, then the process may be reversed. Then, and only then, would we be able to speak freely to others of our sacred duty.
That's crazy.
Barring that, we must wait until we return to the ethereal sea. For there we will be purified, the blots upon our souls washed clean.
Oh, that's cool.
And our memories drift apart and dissolve, rather defeating the purpose, I suppose. But there are those memories that are indelibly etched upon our souls, some believe.
Oh, okay. Now that's interesting.
What happens after that?
We are reduced to pure ether, coalesce with that of others, and create souls anew. Alternative schools of thought assert souls remain whole and return to the corporeal world, reborn into another form.
That is also interesting.
Both theories have their proponents. Personally, I consider each equally probable.
Oh, something's hit us funny.
Well, I think that's enough education for today, now that I've given you some food for thought. Or rather, an entire banquet.
Haha, that's fun.
I would remind you that although I'm unable to assist you with certain matters, the resources at my disposal may still be of use to you. I'll arrange for you all to be given the run of Phenomenon. Of course, as associate to our alumni and the students of Baldessian, this privilege is extended to you as well, my friend.
Oh, thanks, mister.
Oh, and I suggest you speak with Ki Aliapo. She's well known among the artisans of Sharlayan, and her network of contacts may prove useful in your search for knowledge. I wish you all the best in your pursuits, wheresoever they may take you.
Oh, that was creepy. Again, I don't trust him! Something feels off. You've been granted the run of Phenomenon. If you are game, put your artistry with her to good use. Okay. Some of my earliest memories are of Scholar Monteshane, actually. He was a close friend of our grandfather. He would come for tea and amaze us with his tricks, much like his demonstration with the paper and ink. He's a huge part of why I wanted to enter the studium in the first place. That's cool. While Scholar Monteshane is best known for his role as head of the studium, he is said to be one of the finest mages Sharlayan has ever produced. Having seen for myself with ease with which he weaves extraordinarily complex magics and powerful magics, I have no reason to doubt the claim. Kral is digesting a rather hefty portion of food for thought. Well, that's given me much to mull over. I feel as though we're one step closer to understanding the forum's true motives, and the mystery of life itself for good measure. It's funny, I came here with the intent of expressing my gratitude, only to leave with more indebted than before. I have a feeling this friendship and support will be a great boon to us in the days to come. And then he dies, or betrays us. Also, gosh dang it. I want that on. And on that note, let's head back to the annex. Perhaps on the way, you could better acquaint yourself with Ki Alio or Aliapo. as the scholar suggested, while I share our findings with Raha. I have to look up the, like, Mikote pronunciations, because I have this feeling that, like, his first name might be G, which is really silly, but at the same time, he keeps getting called Raha, and they're not, like, emphasizing the G in his name. Hi. Ah, wait, that's a disciple of the hand, so that's... Yeah. Yep. I'm pretty sure that's a her, but anyway. Item level 525. Still not better than what I got here, so let me do this. Uh, 533, so no. 530. 530. And yeah, this is useless. I already have that learned. Well, we're in a bit of an interesting predicament. Either way. So, let's pop on in here. See what's up. I still love this soundtrack, it's so good. I just love this little soundtrack in the background for this place. It's so cool. Hi, Estinian! Having spent most of the time at Thavnia, I've yet to fully grasp the lie of the land here in Shalian. Even finding my way back to the Annex proved a challenge. Estinian returned not long after we departed for the studium. A shame that he missed a chance to attend our lecture with the scholar. Or perhaps not. You better not let your guard down around Key. One small favor becomes another, then another, and before you run it, you're running to the other side of the world in search of a bottle of wine or some rubbish. Then again, it may be a welcome change of pace from your usual heroics, and as the scholar said, it would also lead to interesting discoveries. I've done an adequate job of relaying Scholar Monteshane's lecture to Raha. Given his experiences in the field of souls and memories, he had no trouble understanding it. Hey, Graha. Ah, welcome back. From what I hear, the trip to the studium proved to be most educational. While you were away, I received word from our fellow scions. As expected, the news of the warding scales was met with much joy. Preparations are now underway to bring leadership of the Grand Company of Eorzea and the Eastern Alliances together to determine a way forward. Our friends have asked that we bring the skills in our possession to Limsa Lumensa. So the time has come for us to go on the offensive? It's too early to say for certain, but that does seem to be the way the winds are blowing. I, for one, can think of no reason to oppose such a plan, but let us see what awaits us in Vildebrand. Or in Vilbrand. Let's start by getting the scales out of storage. Give me a hand, would you, Estinian? Sure. Man's built. He should have no problem with it. Is this where something cataclysmic goes wrong and the scales get, like, taken? Whew. Didn't realize these crates were so heavy. I shouldn't complain, though. Vitra and the alchemists of the Great Work put their hearts and souls into each and every one of these scales, so you must treat them with the utmost care. Are you not coming with us? As much as I would like to escape the Form's watchful gaze, I've little choice but to stay behind. We're already on thin ice, and if I, in my capacity as our official representative, were found to be consorting with foreign powers, well, you can imagine how that would go. I shall remain here, and I'll do my utmost to avoid ruffling any more feathers as I wait for Master Matoya and our other allies. Well, with luck, we'll soon have good news of our own to share. Tide is about to turn. I can feel it. To Limsa! Excuse me. Going around the world in a single teleportation. Whoa! Whoa! Oh, uh-oh. Limbs Laments on a weekend. I forgot. It's Limbs Laments on a weekend. Oh my gosh, there's so many people. Oh my god. Yeah, no. Move quick. Move quick. Head down. Move quick. Head down. You do not want to know what horrors you'll find sometimes in Linza Lumensa on a weekend. Hi, Xanthale. I was told to expect you. As you may or may not be aware, the Admiral is at present entertaining the Elder Seer and the Sultana. Three of the most powerful women in the world in one room. Do you need a moment to prepare? Shall I allow you in? Yeah, let's go. Oh, so let me cut that off. Ah, okay. I thought I was going to need to have full voices and everything, but apparently not. My apologies for calling you all the way from Charlian at such a short notice. On the contrary, we are honored and grateful, and pleasantly surprised to be joined by such esteemed company. It was only right that this discussion be conducted in person. We are locked in a war of attrition. Our forces struggle to contain the threat possessed by the towers, and it's only a matter of time before we are overwhelmed. Victory will only be claimed through decisive action, and we have taken the initiative to set the wheels in motion. Well, it's reassuring to learn we are all in accord. But if I might ask what your plan entails? It hinges entirely on the warding skaters and our ability to utilize their potential to the fullest. During your time in Charlian, the allied nations have been engaging on separate fronts with no end in sight. To make matters worse, a surge of abductions of Kobold, Sahajin, Ixal, and Ananta have given rise to an increasing number of primals as well. But your triumph at Radatan has given us a chance to hope once more. Oh my, I have a weenus here. That's slightly terrifying, but welcome. I hope you're having a nice night so far. The time has come to free ourselves of this menace, and it is you, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, who shall show us the way. While the bulk of our forces will continue to hold the Tiliferoi at bay, we will dispatch our finest to strike at the enemy's heart, Garlemald. Oh, wow, okay, so they are making a straight-up shot at Garlemald. That'll be interesting. These brave few will be an Ilsabard contingent. To think such progress has been made in so short a span. Blech, I cannot talk. Its objectives are twofold. The first is to provide aid to the people of Garlemald. As previously reported, probably gonna hit a pot soon, but I saw Homie G was streaming. Aw, well thanks for popping by, Weenus. It's greatly appreciated, friendo. Yeah, so far tonight, just doing a teeny tiny bit of wow, brain is not working. Of Final Fantasy 14, and then I'll try and find some time between heroes to stream more stuff. So, thanks for stopping by. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your night, and chit-chat with you soon. Anyway, to get back on point, as previously reported, Countess Imperial soldiers and civilians have been tempered. Robbed of their free will, they will serve the Tiliferoi's every whim without question. They too are victims. It is our duty to deliver them from suffering, not for strategic or political gain, but because it's the right thing to do. Aw, have a wonderful weekend, man. I'll be chatting with you soon. Hopefully we'll get the day figured out for, I think it's next weekend, where we're doing like the HOTS get together. I have stuff for the shots video this time, so it'll be fun. Anyways, I do not ask that we set aside the decades of conflict and conquest. That will simply choose to forgive and forget. I ask only that in choosing to remember, we do not also forsake our compassion and morality, for without that, there is no reconciliation. Only death without end. Well, I mean, she's right. Aye, on that we can all agree. Our second objective is the colossal tower that Thancred and Urianger observed in the capital. Though its purpose remains unclear, there's reason to believe the smaller spires are merely a precursor for what is yet to come. Until the Tower of Zot was toppled, we'd failed to make any headway, though the same could be said of the Tel'Foroi. There's certainly no rush to press further into our lands. I'd wager the spire's primary purpose is to divide and keep us occupied, in preparation for total annihilation. This would appear to be sustained by Y'shtol's analysis of the tower, influence on ethereal currents. Based on our observations inside the Tower of Zot, the spires siphon ether from the land, consuming it to maintain their forms. However, they draw forth far more than is required for this task alone. The excess of ether remains unaccounted for, but we can be sure it is not being harnessed for our benefit. It wouldn't surprise me in the least if it was being redirected to the larger spire in the capital. There's a logic to that. Regardless, once we have uncovered the truth, we will bring their schemes crashing down, along with their infernal towers. That's all well and good, but what will you have us do? I assume it's more than handling over the scales and being on our way. We want you and your scales to join the Ilsabard contingent, considering it an official request from both the Grand Company of Eorzea and the Eastern Alliance. Do you accept? I don't think that we're going to have a problem with that. Perhaps I should be the one to answer. Oh, come on. We're doing it for the people of Garlemald. Couldn't have put it better myself. Y'shtola, Thancred, and Urianger have already pledged their support and are on our way to meet the rest of the contingent. Okay, that battle theme is actually pretty hot. I'm not gonna lie. Like, that's actually a pretty high-sounding soundtrack. They were positive you would come to the same conclusion as they did. Luckily, for all involved, their prediction was correct. Once you have delivered the warding skills to Alamigo, the contingent will embark on a journey to Ilsabard. Raubon and Lord Aymeric are overseeing preparations, so I suggest you make yourself known upon arrival. Pack warm clothing, furs and the like. Without it, the cold will do you in before the Tel'Foroi so much as draw steel. As for us, we'll keep the enemy busy while you're gone. They're not the only ones who can create a diversion. Now go, safe in the knowledge that Azura will be as you left it, or better upon your return. Well, that's cool. We'll see if that's true or not, but that's cool. That is some hype music, I'm not gonna lie. Ah, Garibania. The Alamigan Quarter. Oh. I'm getting some stutters here, but I'm not dropping any frames, so it's not... Huh. That's not good. Thankfully, it's not on the connection side of things, which is nice, but still... You know I had to bust it out if I can use them out. Forward and back, and then forward and back, and then go forward and back, then put 1 foot forward. Ah! You know, I'm quite looking forward to seeing who's been selected for the Ilsabard contingent. I have a few people in mind. Care to make a friendly wager? I'll admit, this is rather daunting, though not quite in the way I was expecting. We'll be staying shoulder to shoulder with our alliance's finest, the best of the best. The Warrior of Light and, well, me. It's silly, I know. This may be my way of distracting myself from the part I should be worried about, marching into Garlemald. I must quiz Thancred and Oriange on the conditions we can expect in Garlemald. I know it's cold, but how cold? Will I need to keep my ears covered? They can be a bit sensitive at times. Oh, he's just so cute. I love this man. He's so adorable. If Aymeric asks after me, say I'm getting on fine and leave it at that. Don't you dare with a word about the cord! Ah, fancy meeting you here. I trust our mutual friend is settling into life as a scion. Collaboration never was his forte. The moment the fighting ended, off he'd go, like a gale cat swept up in a strong breeze. But rest assured, he will always be there when you need him. Probably. Alright, Raubon, let's get this on. Ah, the Wanderers return. You've been busy bringing down a tower and producing the keys to destroying the rest of them. You should be proud. Those warding skills of yours are what's made this whole venture possible. Will you and Lord Aymeric be leading the contingent? Regrettably, no. Our role is organize the various delegations into a cohesive unit. Once we have seen you all off, it's back to our respective posts. We dare not neglect our duties for too long, lest our defensive efforts fall into disarray. And, just between us, there is a fair amount of opposition to the formation of the Ilsabard contingent. The very suggestion that we send out some of our finest troops behind enemy lines to render aid unto the Garleans has made me rather unpopular in certain quarters. Can't please them all. Sadly not, though I do my best. Truth be told, I'd much rather be at your side, charging into the fray. Alas, I have battles of my own to fight, where words may serve me better than any blade. I hate to say it, but Lord Aymeric's struggles are a mirror to my own. For the time being, the best we can offer you is peace of mind, knowing he is in safe hands. As you fight a good fight in Ilsabard, I and the other commanders will do whatever we can to convince the naysayers about our cause is just. Thank you, both of you. We meet again. Oh, the chat is back! Hi, Gaius! Wars of your exploits travel quickly. For what I gather, the protective talismans you obtained led to the formation of this expeditionary force. My contribution on this occasion is but a minor one, that being the information I have shared with Maxima. For the sake of the people of Garlemald, may the fate be in your side. So you're not coming with us? Strange. I thought you'd have a stake in this. I do. The Telephoroi have laid waste to my homeland and slayed my people. But though every mote of my being cries for vengeance, I cannot be the one to deliver it. My presence alone would place the entire mission in jeopardy. I stand accused of murdering Emperor Varus and plunging Garlemald into chaos. Were I to travel with the Ilsabard in contingent, it would be my countrymen's ample cause to question our motive. Conversely, those who believe me innocent may instead celebrate the return of a former legatus and attempt to raise me to a position of leadership, further destabilizing the region and complicating the contingent's mission. Whether I am branded a villain or hailed a hero, I would only hinder your efforts. Don't worry, bud. I've got your back. We'll deliver him in your stead. For what it's worth, you have my gratitude. You and your comrades have the strength and courage to deliver my countrymen. I'm certain of it. Chad, where Gaius is a Chad. Do you see the number of skulls / masks he's got on his belt? He's killed that many of the freaking Telephoroi and that many... Ah. Sorry. Eyes got watery there. He's killed that many members. Like, this dude is a Chad. He's not even like a warrior of light. He's just that strong. That many members of the organization, whatever they're called. In light of Gaius's rather unique circumstances, I instead will assume the role of your guide. Though I may have defected for political reasons, my love for Garlemald... Insignificant edgelord. I disagree, but anyway. Though I may have defected for political reasons, my love for Garlemald endures. I would stop at nothing to protect her and her people. Well said. Might I ask you to escort our friends inside? Sure. Might even bump into an old acquaintance or two. And if I don't see you again ere you depart, may the Fury give guidance and protect. You. All of you. If I can learn how to talk properly. Gaius is a Chad, you kidding me? Regardless of how my countrymen receive you, the cold will not treat you kindly. Underestimate it at your peril. Once we've seen the contingent on its way, I will return to my duties here in Alamigo. As many of our most capable will be traveling with you to Garlemald, we who remain will have to fight that much harder to make up the difference. But let no man say I do not welcome the challenge. Aye, this old bull isn't ready to hang up his horns yet. Rabon is pretty cool too. For man with one arm, he is holding down the fort well. The other members of Ilsabard contingent are gathered in the royal palace. I shall inform them of your arrival, so please make your way inside as soon as you're ready. Alright, bud, let's go. Yes, see me through.
By the 12.
How many people are here? Whoa! Alice!
Glad you could join us. I hope you don't mind, but we went ahead and started without you.
As you can imagine, our traveling companions were eager to become acquainted. 'Tis a rare thing indeed to see such a diverse and talented group of individuals assembled for a single purpose. We fight not only for the sake of Eorzea, but for the entire world.
We've got Lys, we've got the Scions.
Rides on the efforts of the Ilsabard contingent.
Indeed, which is
Lucia!
why I find myself in the company of many trusted comrades, yourselves included.
Yo! She better not die. She better not die. I swear if she dies, I'm gonna get pissed. She and frickin' Amaric need to get it on. Like, seriously.
Lucia.
Hi, girl!
I have come at the behest of Lord Emmerich, who has honored me with the role of Ishgard's representative. And for the good of all nations, not least my former homeland, I am determined to see this mission through to its end.
Hey, you can take the headband off.
Ahead of us, but walk it we shall, together.
You better not die. I don't want to see two characters die. There's only two I really care about I don't want dead.
We too welcome this opportunity to work together once more. I have faith that if there is a way to resolve this conflict, we will find it.
I just don't want... Like, of the original crew, obviously I don't want any of them to die. But I especially don't want Lucia or Lys to die. Because she needs to...
Allow me to introduce you to the rest of our company.
Yep.
Everyone, if I may have your attention.
Dang, she knows how to command a room. Ha ha ha. There's a lot of familiar faces here.
Might I ask you to speak first?
If I must.
Oh, Arun
I
Senna.
am Arun Senna, spokesman for the Gridanian delegation. here on behalf of my esteemed sister, the Elder Seedseer, we shall provide support and protection to those in need during our time in Garlemald. To that end, I am joined by healers selected by the Conjurers Guild, with the Order of the Twin Adder's Finest serving as our escort.
Cool.
Suppose I'd better say my piece.
Hey, Sicard.
Wait, I know you. The name's Sicard, in case you've forgotten. Truth be told, I'd rather you had forgotten. The Admiral asked Captain Hilfear to send his best, and for whatever reason, he picked me. Of course, if I'd refused, I'd be the laughing stock of the bloody executioners, and my reputation's taken enough of a keyhauling as it is. But more importantly, like any pirate worth his salt, I know when you're staring down a storm, you gotta trust in the commander of your ship. So if the Admiral wants us to go to Garlemald, not for plunder and glory, but a promise of peace in our time, then that's what we'll do.
Nice, okay.
Since we all know how much the Empire loves its steel, we thought we'd bring along a few smiths to make the most of it. Give them a pile of scrap and they'll cobble together anything you fancy.
Nice.
Just like the Gridanians, we got fighters of our own. We might have come with a more constructive purpose in mind, but we're more than capable of cracking skulls, believe you me.
Oh, I completely forgot about that. But yeah, nice.
Well, you're certainly raring to go. But then again, so are we.
Of course, Lise is here.
The most dependable warriors of Uldar and Alamigo have assembled at the Sultana and General Aldin's behest. If Garlemald has truly fallen, then the whole place is likely to be crawling with Telophoroi. We'll need plenty of troops to clear and hold a path for others to follow. That's where we come in. Naturally, Marshal Tarapin and I will be leading from the front. It's been some time since I last saw you in your element on the battlefield. From what I've heard, you've become pretty fearsome yourself. Master Matoya, the Avatar of Destruction.
Damn. Ah! Nice.
With comrades like these, I know we'll succeed, no matter what awaits us. And then we might finally get a chance to enjoy a good long rest. But until then, let's give it our all.
As for Ishgard, we Temple Knights have come in force to uphold our nation's commitment to the peace and welfare of our allies. The bitter cold of Garlemald is a formidable enemy in of itself. Our experience fighting in ice and snow will prove invaluable in the days ahead. Accordingly, I have been designated commander of the Ilzabard contingent. I will do all in my power to provide you with the leadership and guidance you require.
Oh, I'm not worried about her.
The four high houses, House Hylinart foremost among them, have arranged for a host of machinists to join us on our mission.
And you are a familiar
It's
face.
sure to be a great boon. They will address any problems of a technical nature together with the smiths of Limpsa Lomitsa.
No problem.
There is another awaiting introduction.
Hey!
Lord Emanolaine!
Hey!
Ah, yes. Emanolaine de Forton, at your service. Though, lest there be any misunderstanding, I should stress that I've not become a fearsome warrior while you were away. Rather, far from it, actually. My brother, in his infinite wisdom, decided this would be an excellent chance to make something of myself. Oh, and fight for world peace and all that. But, should the opportunity arise for a spot of ballroom dancing, I will be your twinkle-toed gentleman of light.
Ah! I'm gonna have to do it.
Huzzah! I cannot wait to regale Honoroi with my tales of daring do.
Oh, that's cute.
I believe that concludes introductions for the Grand Company of Eorzea. Our allies from the Eastern Alliance were due to arrive some time ago, but it would appear they have been delayed.
Or they've been here the whole time.
Would that be the shinobi of Doma?
Actually, they've been tasked with relaying messages back and forth between the various Eastern nations. According to Lord Hien, however, an equally capable company of warriors has been sent in their stead.
Out of my way, you preening fool!
Oh? Oh! Oh! Hi! Hey! Friends!
Forgive us for coming late. We are the delegates of the Eastern Alliance.
Serena!
Cyrena, and you've brought company.
For battle and blood we come, as the steppe is sorely lacking in both. No towers befoul our lands, so we marched on those of Doma, only to find them beyond our reach. But now our thirst for slaughter will be slaked. No quarter to the enemy!
Alright, Sadu, calm down.
No, we go to make peace with the Iron Men, not war.
Warriors of the Steppe, we've heard many tales of your bravery. We welcome you as allies. And these other ones you have brought are...
Also warriors of the steppe.
Members of the Dalmascan resistance group, Lente's Tears.
Dalmask? Oh.
And the Bosnian resistance. Between them, they have a wealth of experience in espionage, and are particularly adept at infiltrating Imperial facilities. Which is fortuitous, since Garlemald's domain is so vast that I could never hope to handle reconnaissance duties all by myself.
Okay, the Dalmasca group was from Final Fantasy XII. Okay. Well, because the thing is that I knew there were Vieras in Eorzea, but you saw most of them in Norvrant, so that's why I was a little thrown off for a minute. There was like, nobody from Nordvrant could have come here, right?
Dalmasca, Bosnia, Alamigo. All lands which have suffered the tyranny of the Empire.
Yeah. Because I know in 10, that's where you saw Hrothgar, because that was Kimari, and then 12 is where you saw Viera.
I would never presume to question your motives. Nevertheless, I must reiterate that our goal is to aid the victims of the Telophoroi, the common folk of Garlemald. And they are victims, make no mistake. Though I understand that many may struggle to see them as such.
You're more right than you know. For every one of us that answered the call, there were a dozen that refused. Not only in Alamigo, but everywhere we went. And who could blame them? The Empire's always been the enemy. But after seeing what we've seen, fighting and working against and with Garleans, there's no denying the simple truth. They're just people. No different from you or I. They've got their share of liars and murderers, but so do we. So do we all. Fordola, who once swore herself to Garlemald, has proven herself a trusted ally time and time again. Every Eorzean here knows Cid Garland, the Imperial defector who shared with us countless technological wonders. Maxima, who stands with us today, tried to reform Garlemald from within and make peace with Doma. So you can believe me when I say that every fighter here understands and accepts that the Imperials are not monsters and are deserving of help. Or at least that they were able to put aside their feelings for the greater good. It won't be easy, but we're all determined to make this world a better place.
Aww.
What lingering concerns I may have had were clearly unwarranted. I agree with everything you said wholeheartedly.
This is a little cheesy, but it's okay. It's not too bad.
Then we are in accord. Now, let us review our strategy. To reach the Garlean capital in northern Ilsabard, we must cross the central mountain range. Fortunately, Garlond Ironworks can provide aerial transport, sparing us this most treacherous part of our journey. However, attempting to fly any closer to Garlemald would attract the attention of the Telophoroi. As they appear to have seized control of the majority of the Imperial military, we must assume that includes its fleet. In addition, Garlemald possesses devices that can interfere with airship navigational systems, further discouraging an airborne approach.
Given the circumstances, the closest we dare deploy our contingent is an area between the range and the capital, the Magna Glaciers. From there, we must travel the rest of the way on foot. We will also need to bring the airships with us to ensure we can withdraw with haste. Although much of the terrain will be blanketed in snow, we should be able to make use of local roads and shipping facilities. The vast ice field will afford us an unobstructed view of the surrounding area. On the other hand, it will also allow others to easily spot us, so it is imperative that we only make camp in positions where we can easily defend ourselves. And the airships, which must be kept safe at all costs.
At all costs, huh?
We cannot account for every possibility, so we must be prepared to think on our feet. We will be tested. Sorely tested, I expect. But for our homes and for our people, and a people not our own but in need, we will succeed. Spare no effort in your preparations. Once we depart, there is no turning back.
Wow! They really have everybody here. Telophoroi, you say? Let us see how they like it when they visit our destruction magics upon them. Alright, I gotta at least talk to some of the big people. Seems so long ago we were sailing across the Ruby Sea and charging about the Azim Steppes with Serena and the others. I'd say we're overdue for another adventure. It brings back memories to see so many familiar faces. We've been through so much together. Good times and not so good. I expect Garlemald will mostly be the latter, but I'd like to believe we'll look back on those fondly for years to come. But for that to happen, we'll have to make it out of this alive. Don't you die on me, eh? Well, don't you either. If Pippin dies, I'll be sad, because then he won't, have his little relationship with the Queen. Or the Sultana, I should say. But I'd rather, if anybody's gonna die, it be Pippin. You can't die because I want you to be with Aymeric. You can't die because I like you. None of the OG cast can die because, plot armor. You can't die because you need to be Hien's squeeze. I'm glad to see you doing well, Kima. Grandmother was worried about you. The night I agreed to come hither and join the contingent, the gods sent her a strange dream. Oh god, of course. We get a dream and it's plot, so... Oh crap, that's right. Also, there's that. Oh no! Crap. Alright. Two suns, one burning red, the other frozen black. Closer they circled, closer and closer, and as they danced, the world fell to ruin. In blinding chaos, she spired blackened silhouettes. Imagine choosing who you think lives or dies. I'm just saying this is what I hope. I'm not saying that I have the power. I'm saying I hope they don't die. That's all I'm saying. In blinding chaos, she spied blackened silhouettes and knew at once that one was yours. Yet we knew not how to interpret this dream, save a sign that a great danger awaits. But whatever lies ahead, I will walk with you, traveler. Hi, Sadu! You're cool. I care not for the Iron Man or the Troubles. It is the destiny of the weak to die in indignity. Even so, I will do as I have agreed. I volunteered to join this band at Serena's request, and if she thinks this is a worthy cause, that is reason enough. Though we hail from different tribes, our bond has grown strong of late. She is much better company of a huntsman than any of the Steppes oafish men who could dream to be. Hi, Magni! With the Mole, champions of the Nadan, and the Dorothi having sent so many here, I had thought to defend the steppes in their absence. And I would have done so were it not for my steppe brothers. They urged me to grant our allies the sun's might, that his radiance may deliver them up to victory. Though I must tolerate the presence of this feral Dorothi dog, at first among my brothers I could do no less than accept his challenge. My deeds will become the stuff of legends. You're gonna die. At least, okay, prediction. I feel like Magni is gonna die, but he's gonna go out like a Chad. Sudu might die because she's very headstrong. They're gonna kill a few members of the main cast. I just feel it coming. Like, the twins will probably make it. Thancred probably will die. Y'shtola might die. Estinian, I don't know about Estinian. He might live, but we'll see. Lys is probably gonna die. Just for the gut punch, Lucia's gonna die. Pippin will live, though. Graha's gonna live. He has to live. He is best boy. I refuse to allow anything else. Hey, Stefan! If it isn't Akima, 'tis thanks in no small part to you that the manufactory's future is looking brighter than ever, my friend. I am pleased to report that I and a handful of my colleagues have been selected to join the contingent. And the expedition has ended. Even the Temple Knights will be singing our machinist's praise, once they've borne witness to not only our mechanical proficiency, but our combat prowess, of course. Either way, let's not focus on that. Whoever dies is whoever dies. I'll be sad, but we'll see. Beside the delegates assembled here, the Amalja and several other tribes offered to send troops of their own. Unfortunately, due to their physiology, many would struggle to simply survive in the harsh climate of Il-Sabard. They would also likely prove tempting targets for abduction by the Telforoi. All things considered, they can better aid caused by bolstering our defenses in Eorzea, though their eagerness to do more has been noted. We few shall have to suffice. Ere we embark, we must distribute the warding scales to our comrades. Care to do the honors? Sure. Oh, okay. I get it to all our big friends. Warding scales for the Ishgardian delegation, I take it? Yep. Here you go, Lucia. Many thanks. These talismans can prove to be the deciding factor in the battle to come. I find myself conflicted by this foray into Garlemald. Sent by the Empire to infiltrate Ishgard, only to be thrown in my lot with those whose secrets I was supposed to be stealing. And now I lead save a mission... Oh, God. And now I lead a mission to save the countrymen I betrayed. But that is doubtless why I was chosen by Lord Aymeric. He would have me put my extensive knowledge and former ties to good use. I will not disappoint him. For the future of Ishgard, Garlemald, and the world at large, I will lead us to victory. I feel like she's gonna make it. She's very tough. She's very intelligent. Lucia knows what she's doing, but we'll see. Lys headstrong. She'll probably die. That a warding scale, I spy? Not that I would know what they'd look like. Yep. Actually, let's read the description. These enchanted talismans... Oh! Oh! This freaking team will not stop with the dad jokes! Oh my god, okay. These enchanted talismans, or should that be talesmen, would probably require considerably less time and effort to produce if the alchemists of the great work were not so preoccupied with making them look so pretty. Oh my god, really? That's sad. Ooh, excuse me. Wow, look at these. Even a layman like me can tell they're bursting with ether. All the better for fending off the tempering wave? Is that the right term? Anyway, these will give us one less thing to worry about, which just leaves the other mountain of whatever else is waiting for us in Garlemald. Only one way to find out, eh? And nervous or not, I'd march through all 7 hells if it gives me a chance to put Xenos back in the grave where he belongs. Let's go! Alright, Sicard. I heard you're something for us. Yep. Oh, them scales everyone's been talking about. Pretty little things, ain't they? We're gonna be worth a gear or two when this is all over, but we'll on to them for now. And one more thing. I know what you're thinking. Why'd they send Eisenhower instead? Bugger if I'd know. All the Admiral and Captain Hilford told me was they needed someone to help safeguard the future. And here I am. Can't say they haven't got a sense of humor. Of course, some of you might be wondering what a good pirate is on dry land in the middle of the sodden snow of all places. Well, me and my crew will do whatever it needs doing, so let's set sail. Or however the saying goes in airships. No, that's pretty close. It's an airship. Otter Senna. Yes. There you go. So these are the famed boarding scales. Enough for me and my men, I see. Under normal circumstances, I would not be allowed to travel outside of the Twelves Woods. The Elder Seer, or the Elder Seedseer, however, has granted me special permission. She has bid me lend my magics to the people of Garlemald while learning all I can of their ways. In doing so, I will come closer to understanding myself and my place in the world. Or so she says. I say it's past time our allies benefit from the power of the Seedseer's disposal. Some bemoan that we hide our light under a bushel, and I intend to address that criticism. Oh, we're a bit progressive, are we? We heard it would be cold in Garlemald, so we came prepared. Oh, the talismans! We are to keep these close at all times, yes? I will see that no one misplaces theirs. Before I forget, I have a message from Hien. Her boyfriend! In distant lands and times of strife, together stand, together fight. In darkness shines the light of life. I hope I have done his words justice. Doma, much like that of the Othard, has been plagued by the towers. Yet while he could not be here, he wishes to express his shared conviction. Hien and Yugiri labor without rest to unite the people, and with their aid will keep the enemy at bay. And we of the Steppe and the Eastern Alliance will repay their efforts by ending this war. Well, that's cool. And Maxima. You have a warning scale for me too? I do indeed. Yugiri is the best waifu for Hien. Fight me. Okay, I'm gonna take a pause real quick. I think that Yugiri and Hien get along really well, but Serena actually has like a big time attachment to Hien. Like big time. And they get along super well. So yeah, I can see Yugiri, but I see Serena more. Just saying. Also, this man is going so hard with the halberd practice here. He is a Chad. Look at that spin. Then look at the sweep. That is so good. This is why Ishgard is the best. Anyway, thank you for this, and for doing such incredible lengths for the sake of my people. Though I have little to offer in return, I would impart some advice if I may. You have been told by many to beware of the cold in Ilsabard, and I cannot stress that enough, as it is no token of warning. I will be distributing specially made warming tinctures, courtesy of the Alchemist Guild, but understand that they are no substitute for proper protection. I'll leave the provisioning of said protection to your discretion. Now, let's proceed to the Alamegan quarters. While you make your final preparations, I will have the pilots ready with the airships. Okay? And everyone dispenses. And it's bright and sunny out here in Alamigo. Preparations. I've got my lance. What more could I need? Oh no! Oh no! See, I just foresee freaking Estinian going up north, and he's just gonna be walking along, shivering and teeth chattering because this moron didn't take any warm clothes. Since my revival, I've been lax in expanding my limited wardrobe. Think we have time for a quick trip back to Old Charlian? I recall a rather fetching coat. I mean, you should. It's something of a constant refrain that we require warmer clothing. My present garb may be lacking, fur collar notwithstanding. But Mommy, why would you change your outfit? Mommy? Sorry, Mommy? That's stupid of me, but anyway. Alice, if you've anything you need to take care of, you better see to it now. This coat is quite warm, but I have something rather thicker for the occasion like these. There's no telling how long we'll be out in the open, and we can't go starting fires willy-nilly if we want to avoid detection. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Very unprofessional. Very unprofessional. Anyway, concoctions to fortify the flesh made against wind and cold are commonly sold in the Uldan markets, though they are of dubious provenance and efficacy. 'Tis said, however, in recent days the Alchemist Guild hath produced a tincture capable of such a feat. Mayhap the achievements of their Thavnarian counterparts did spur them into action, that they not be put to shame. Oh, that's actually kind of cool. Oh, well, we cornered the market on this product, so we've got something that's cheaper and just as good. Proceeds to have competition. Bitch, what? That's what a healthy market looks like. Alphanir! This is our last chance to make ready before we set forth. You needn't worry about Orianja and I. We still have what we wore from the Garlemald before. Estinian claims to be warm and toasty beneath his armor, and since he seems a fair bit of time up north recently as well, I have no doubts of this in his words. Most of the others will be borrowing Grand Company's stock. The rest of you could do likewise, I suppose, provided you're not overly concerned with style. Not to put too fine a point here, but I wouldn't be seen dead in one of those ridiculous overcoats. If only I had time to make something to my liking. Hark! Is that the cry of a scion in need of a tailor, I hear? Tataru! But how? I have my ways. Oh, yes, indeed. You thought you could sneak off to Ilsabard without telling me? Ha! Nothing escapes my notice. Hey! Now, you will wear these garments I've made for you whether you like it or not. Did someone say money? You never cease to amaze. Oh yeah, she never does. But why do you need a new outfit as well? Wait, are you coming with us? What? No, of course not, silly. It's all in the name of fashion. Rather the pursuit of the highest quality fashion. Besides, how can I expect others to wear my creations if I've not worn them myself? They're just like, I don't get it. Ah, I did have one other thing to share. Amagaris and Bloomwinda have finally returned from their assignment in the faraway lands. They'll be staying at the Rising Stone for a while to keep an eye on events throughout Eorzea. Since they'll be running things back and forth at headquarters, I was wondering if I could lend a hand in Charlian? Oh, why not? You and Crow. You can keep Crow company in the Blade Scion Annex. Yes, we'd love to have you there. And I heard Emergus and Bloomwinda did a fine job carrying on in our stead while we were lying comatose. With them in charge of the Rising Stones, we've nothing to worry about. Did someone say money? That's true. If she goes to Charlian, she could be making a killing. My thoughts exactly. Also, I'm confident you won't go collapsing again because a certain someone whose name shall remain nameless isn't in a position to transport your souls to another world. Oh, snap! She just took a rip out of Gra! If anything similarly disastrous were to happen, I'd be well positioned to do something about it. Anyways, I've got a few things to take care of, and then I'll make my way to Charlian. I really do hope these new clothes are enough to keep you warm in Garlemald. It's not much, but this is the only thing I can do for you other than pray for your safe return. Which I will, every day. She is so good. I love Tataru. I love everybody on the original cast. Like, it takes a while for you to get attached to them, and they do a much better job in the later games of, like, getting you invested. But they do such a good job. Alright, let's not keep the contingent waiting any longer. Let's do this! In the next stream, because it's already later than I thought. Here are your winter woolies, handcrafted by yours truly. Thank you. Ooh, it's like a legitimate coat they gave us. Cool. Hold on. Thank you. All right, I gotta see what this looks like. that is so cool! I legitimately love that! That is so good! I mean, obviously I have to equip this, but that is actually really cool. I don't know if I can get this red or not. I don't have any dies on hand, so we're not going to do it. Okay. I really hate ending things here, but I do need to end things here because I was only planning to stream for about an hour, and we're approaching the hour-and-a-half mark. So while I hate stopping here, I am going to stop here for now. As far as the next time I stream goes, provided that I'm not having computers issues, which, I mean, so far we've been okay. Haven't had any trouble just yet. We'll see if I do another dungeon if it starts to get issues with a lot of more graphics and stuff going on. But goal-wise, I'm aiming for probably next Saturday for a little bit at the very least. If possible, I might stream again Thursday, but sometime within the next week is the goal. Either way, Kayatake, thank you for popping by. Weenus, I know you're not here right now, but thank you for popping by as well. It is awesome to see you here. I hope both you and anyone else that watch this have a wonderful evening, and I will catch y'all later. Thanks for coming by, Kayatake. Bye, everyone. Peace!